All right, we're here. Extra Point Podcast presented by Beauty Counter. By the way, Travis and I were just exchanging jabs off air here. Travis, show the note sheet. He said I stink because I don't have my own note sheet. I used to, but I don't want to waste paper. I don't want to waste paper. I have my own phone in front of me. I'm good. Plus, it's all in my mind. So maybe I'm just smarter. You never know.
This is why I have a significantly better record.
It's all going to change this weekend, my friend. It's all going to change this weekend. How many games back am I?
I'm 93-56-1. You're 86-63-1.
So I'm 7 games back.
I
was just 4 back. Gosh, this is bad. I need to.
You were 5 after last weekend. Both teams that you chose opposite from me did not help in your favor because you chose the Broncos over the Eagles, and the Eagles won. And then you chose the Raiders over the Chiefs. How do you do that? But anyway,
if Deshaun Jackson doesn't fumble, they're only down 3, and you never know what happened. Whatever. It's new week. We'll talk about it. Okay. So tomorrow night, Patriots Falcons, a rematch of 28-3. Whatever Super Bowl. I'm not good with the Roman numerals. All I know is it was the 2016 Super Bowl.
That's about all I know.
Yeah. I until last week, I thought it was going to be a good game. I mean, the Falcons were 4-4. And I'm looking at them like, hey, glass half full. They could be worse. Everyone thinks the Falcons are trash. They could be worse. They have a creative offense. Matt Ryan is still playing well. Cordero Patterson's a stud. They could be worse. Then they get slapped by the Dallas Cowboys 43-3. And I look at this game because if, say, the Falcons, a win would have been a long shot, but I thought they'd be competitive. And say they had won, man. You'd be looking at a 5-4, 6-4 matchup here against New England Patriots. Very intriguing game. The Patriots certainly, they're certainly a top 10 team right now. I believe that anyway. They're playing well. Mac Jones is playing well enough, like game manager, not making too many bad mistakes. The defense is playing well. Who do you like?
I like the Patriots. Patriots here. They're taking strides. I'm not going to choose Matty Ice when he gets 0 fantasy points against me last week, which thank you, but I don't think the Falcons are that good. I don't think the Falcons are that good to beat a Patriots team that is up on the rise.
Yeah. They're like the Falcons are kind of, what is the word, plateauing, where they're like, what does that mean? Like they're level, like they're not going anywhere essentially. The Patriots, they're going up. They're going on mountain climbing. I'm with you as well. I want to pick the Falcons. I think this is going to be a good matchup. I really do. I'm excited for it because it's kind of been, not really. These teams don't really play that much. It's only because of the Super Bowl. People make a big deal about these two teams. They don't play very much, and I think it's going to be an intriguing game. Falcons are only a half game out of the wild card spot, so you never know. They got killed last week, but they're still in it. I do like the Patriots. I think, they have a far superior coach, and I think Patriots all the way. Let's move to Sunday. Do you have 49ers Jags, or what is it, 49ers Jags for you? Or what?
Well, I have the Bears at the top of mine, but that's just because they're my favorite team. So I'll go in whatever order you choose.
I have the Packers Vikings at my top, so yeah, go Paco. We'll just start 49ers Jaguars and we'll make our way down.
Okay.
Niners. Jaguars, they beat Buffalo. Great. Give me the Niners.
That's a one-win specialty. That's a one-win specialty that Urban will get on American soil. I don't see the Jaguars winning probably another game.
Yeah.
It comes down to that. So yeah, I'm taking the 49ers, especially with how well that they actually gelled together this past weekend. Did you see them coming out of the tunnel before the game?
They were in the zone. They were in the zone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If they do that again, there's no way that they lose.
You beat the Rams, and you're just like, they're another level from the Falcons. Like they both have the same record, whatever. But the Niners, I think, are on another level. I think they have a better coach. I think they're a notch ahead of the Atlanta Falcons. I think they get, a blowout win in Jacksonville, and they're going to be sitting at 5-5. Who knows what Carolina does this next week? We'll get to them, but 49ers, this season is far from over, and they are right there in the thick of it. And you say this about every good team. They are one of the best running offenses in the game consistently every single year. Their defense, yeah, they are missing Sherm. They're missing Salah. Obviously, I've talked about that before. Those are two big pieces they're missing. Still a very good defense, and I wouldn't want to have to play them. I mean, imagine seeing, that 49ers team in the postseason as the final wild card team. That would be a scary sight. So Niners all the way. Colts Bills. Want to do Colts Bills?
Yeah, go ahead.
A rematch of last year's wild card round, I believe. It was a very good game. I remember. I think the Colts had a shot at the end for a Hail Mary, and Bills just pulled it out. Bills are 6-3. Colts are 5-5. Maybe this is another potential playoff matchup again. Colts are starting to warm up here. It'd be a big win for the Colts, though. It really would be. I mean, I think they play the Buccaneers down the stretch here, too. They have some tough teams. If they can find a way to scratch out this kind of game, be big for their confidence. However, I'm picking the Buffalo Bills. I love creating a case for the underdog, but then just kind of lowering the boom. Buffalo Bills, they're kind of flying under the radar because they lost to Jacksonville and they have 3 losses, and their win kind of earlier in the season against the Chiefs maybe might not look as great. Now it does, but before it didn't because the Chiefs were sucking. But I think Buffalo right now is going to get the gears rolling again. They absolutely torched the Jets last week. Got to keep an eye out for Jonathan Taylor, though. I mean, that guy, he should get some MVP votes. If Derrick Henry's not going to get him, it should be Jonathan Taylor. I think he's the best running back in the game right now. Of course, I traded him in fantasy. Not going to bring up those old wounds. Give me the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, okay, just shut up. Give me the Buffalo Bills. Maybe it's close. I think the Colts defense will play well. I think the Bills, however, will get to Carson Wentz. I think he'll make a dumb mistake or two. I think Buffalo wins.
You'll make the case for that, and I'll make the case for I think the Colts are going to win this game. I truthfully think that the Colts are going to win this because, dude, Jonathan Taylor is just too much of a stud. As long as Colts keep giving him the rock, Pittman's been playing lights out at receiver right now. Wentz, I mean, he's been minimizing more mistakes as the weeks go along. The defense is starting to get to their not full potential, but to where they should
They're
be.
climbing. Yeah.
If they can come up with the game plan to beat the Bills, like other teams have successfully done 3 other times so far this year, I'm going to take the underdog story and take the Colts here.
I think if the Colts win this game, I know nothing is ever a lock, nothing's ever a given, but I think if they win this game, I think they're going to the playoffs. I think they're a lock to make the playoffs. I know they're at 6-5, you never know, but if you beat a team like the Bills, we know how good they can be. That's a big win, and if that's what they're capable of, I mean, look out. This is a big win. This is a big win too. So I'll get the game up on you, which will be good. I'll be down from 7 games to 6 games. That's fantastic. Next up, Dolphins Jets. Yeah, you want to go Dolphins Jets? We do that. They're both, well, no, never mind. They both have 7 losses. Dolphins are 3-7. Jets are 2-7. Dolphins are going to the Jets. Give me the New York Jets. Give me the New York Jets. Joe Flacco, ISO Joe is going to come in. The Dolphins, they're coming off a great win against Baltimore. But I have this, when it comes to picking football games, I have this sixth sense. I know when something is going to happen. I have a feeling here. This is the way the Dolphins season has gone. They have not hit the cylinders. I know there's no Mike White. It's Joe Flacco, Super Bowl champion Joe Flacco, elite Joe Flacco. Give me the New York Jets. Give me the New York Jets. I have a feeling about this one.
I don't know how you, out of the blue, want to pick the New York Fighting Jets to win this football game when they're about to get smoked by the Miami Dolphins. But hey, more power to you. I'll get that game back. I'll get a different game back. Anyways, I think the Colts will. I think the Colts will actually win against the Bills. I'm choosing another game at heart, but
this week is do or die. This is a do or die week for me. If I fall back 8 games with however many weeks there are to go, I'm in deep trouble. So you're on the Dolphins. I'm on the Jets. Whatever. We'll move on. Lions Browns. Do Lions Browns, a matchup of, two of the most troubled franchises in NFL history, we'll say. These are two diehard football cities. Well, Detroit, yeah. I think you had the bad boy Pistons. I don't know how many people go to Pistons games nowadays. I think Detroit is a football town. Right? Would you agree?
Detroit just stinks overall.
There could be some people in Detroit watching this.
For sports.
Okay.
For sports. Right. I mean, just look at the records. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, if they don't believe that, then they're in denial. I mean, the Red Wings were the one team that were held out of the NHL extra expansion playoffs.
Yeah.
The Lions have not had a winning record in how long?
2012? No, 2014.
The Tigers have not been good in recent memory. I mean, Detroit, the Pistons have not been that good as of recent either. The Pistons. It's not anything against Detroit. It's not anything against the city of Detroit. It's all just their sports teams aren't performing the way that they used to be performing.
The Pistons, so they won obviously back-to-back finals, 80, 89 and 90. And then they won in 2003. Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups, Ben Wall. They had a team, they had a squad. The Tigers were in the World Series. Was it 2011? Or no, were they in 2? They were in 2. No.
Yeah. It was Justin Verlander years.
It was, they played the Giants one year, and then who'd they play?
For being a baseball guy, I do not know much history of who was in past.
Didn't they go to one? Didn't Maglio Ordonez hit a walk-off home run and then went to the World Series?
Quite possibly, but OEO Maglio. I mean, I still miss that chant going around the cell.
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, so I think Detroit, yeah, the football history I think is abysmal. Except for Barry Sanders, Megatron, With that said, Cleveland isn't actually. Wait. Okay, I'm picking Cleveland. But I did obtain some information from my good friend Aaron Rodgers that Tim Boyle, former Green Bay Packer great backup quarterback, might very well be starting this week. We will see. It's inching in that direction. He has never started a game in his career. He was with the Packers for 2 or 3 years. Very close with Aaron Rodgers. He's very athletic, can sling it around, has a big arm. Aaron said he is the only person that can rival him in the Cavs game. Like, he has big calves. I think Cleveland will win. I would love to see Tim Boyle go out and play because I love Tim Boyle. I love Jamal Williams, former Packers. But the Cleveland Browns, if they lose this game, I mean,
they're in trouble. Then they're in massive trouble.
Yeah. They're 11-point favorites. They're at home. They're facing a winless team. I'm going to pick Cleveland. I'm hoping Tim Boyle plays well, but I think Cleveland will win.
I think it'll be like a 4 or 6 point game, honestly.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the Browns.
Okay.
The Lions are going to go 16-1. They're going to be the first team to go 0-16 in a 17-game season.
How about you just say they're not going to lose every game? How about that? That glass half full. I mean, I know we both don't like. I mean, I actually, because Detroit has played the last time I actually hated the Detroit Lions was probably when Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, those were some black and blue games against the Green Bay Packers. They did not like each other. So that was the last time I hated the Lions. I've always had respect for Matthew Stafford. I like Megatron, even though he would kill us a lot. So they're not gonna go 0-17. That's my glass half full mentality. Yeah, I don't know if I said that properly. But yeah, we're both in the Browns. Next up, you want to go? We'll go Ravens Bears. That's what it is for me. Ravens. Do you want to take the reins here?
Go ahead. I'll finish it off.
Okay, Baltimore by 40. No. I mean, after watching Baltimore last week, there's not cause like that's a game you win. You should win if you're a Super Bowl contender. I know it's teams have slip ups. Like the Cowboys got crushed by Denver last week or 2 weeks ago. Packers got killed week 1. Teams have these slip ups. They got to rebound though. Baltimore needs to rebound. You see, Buffalo has 3 losses. The whole AFC as a whole. I mean, 11 teams over 500. It's very deep. You get to 7-3. You're right behind Tennessee. You're right there with Buffalo. It's a big game because if you fall to 6-4, there's a lot of teams in that 6-4, 5-5 range, and you never know who's going to get hot. So this is a game that the Ravens need to win. I think they will. The Bears are starting to get better. Justin Fields is really starting to come into his own. I think the defense, it's still. I mean, look, yeah, they're 3-6. Yes, there's a lot of pressure on the offense because when the offense doesn't go, or no, sorry, there's pressure on the defense, and when the defense can't hold up, we know what the offense usually does. But the offense is slowly starting to get better. Fields is starting to warm up. That game in Pittsburgh, he played very well, maybe his best game of his young career. So this could be a dangerous game. It's not a must win. It's not a must win, but it's a game you should win. I'm going to pick Baltimore. I think Lamar is going to be able to evade the pressure. I think the Baltimore defense, this isn't the Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs defense we've seen in years past. But they do play well. They're still the Baltimore Ravens. I know that sounds broad and seems like, you'd hear that kind of analysis from someone who doesn't know what he's talking about. But I think Baltimore will find a way to win this game. Might not be pretty, but just get the win. It's all that matters. Get to 7-3, get to the top of the AFC.
Give me the Bears. Give
Okay.
me the Chi-Town Bears at home,
Okay.
coming off the bye. Even though the Ravens had the little mini bye week because I just played on Thursday night last week.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Bears. They're starting to get healthy. The offense is starting to gel together a little bit more. The defense, we'll see if Mac plays. We'll see. I doubt Eddie Jackson's going to play.
Okay.
But I'm gonna have hopes for this game.
Okay.
I won't be mad if they lose because it's a game that everybody's expecting them to lose.
Yeah.
And I will not be able to watch it, very unfortunately, because I'm going to be in Carolina at the Washington Football Panther game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Battle of Ron Rivera. We'll get to that one.
Yes, we will. But I'm hoping that with the way that these two were talking at the end of at the finale of the Pittsburgh game, they're starting to find their stride. They really were. And the bye week almost came at a great time for the Bears to the point where, all right, hopefully we can see Nagy actually do something that's beneficial to help out the offense and, get the defense a little bit more healthy. We'll see what Sean Desai has for calling defensive plays against Lamar. I mean, we saw what can work against them, and they're not a pass heavy team, which is beneficial for the Bears.
I will say 2 points. You said number one, I do like when photographers catch or video, coordinators, whatever, they catch two teammates talking on the sidelines or even though you lose, there's just something brewing. There's something brewing. You get a feeling about it, and it's all about taking one step at a time, and the Bears are doing that. And my second point, I looked at their schedule before the season started. I did not think the Bears would have more than nah, I said this. I said the Bears, there are 3 games in the schedule where I thought they would win. I thought they would resoundingly win. It was the Lions twice and it was the Bengals. And what do you know? They beat the Lion. No. Yeah, they beat the Lions, right? They beat the Bengals. So they're right at that win mark I thought they would be. And hey, they beat the Lions again, you'll be at 4. But they have an opportunity here to exceed. Again, my expectations don't matter because I'm just some football fan. I don't play the game. I wish I did because I have a cannon for an arm, but that's beside the point. But they like all we do is talk about it, and these guys go out and play every single day. They know way more about it than we do. So if they can, whether it's this game or win a couple more, man, they've definitely exceeded expectations with a rookie quarterback and a GM and a head coach who a lot of people are skeptical about. That's a pretty impressive job by the players, certainly. So with that said, I'll get another game up on you. So that's good. Moving on though, Saints Eagles. Saints Eagles will go there to Philly. Now this is an interesting. Well, it's not really. These two teams have faced each other in the playoffs before a couple times. This is another interesting cross division, out of division rivalry in the NFC. If the Eagles win this, man, they're 5-6, and they're right in the thick of it as well. The Saints lose it. They kind of fall back to being, to risking, losing it all. They beat Tampa Bay, but they lose last week. I'm going to pick the Saints here cautiously because I picked Denver last week and Philadelphia came in and just roped them. So I'm going to pick the Saints. I think the defense will have a big part in this game. I think Cam Jordan's going to go ballistic. Actually, I really do. I think he doesn't get a lot of credit. He might be a future Hall of Famer if you look at his resume. I think the Saints defense is going to play well. Malcolm Jenkins going back to Philly, he started with the Saints, then went to Philly, won a Super Bowl, came back. So this is a game for Malcolm Jenkins. But give me the Saints. Give me the Saints. I think they have better players. I think they're better coached as well. I think they're going to be more creative in this game offensively. Give me the Saints.
I'm taking the Eagles at
Yes.
home.
Good. Good. That's fine. Take them. Go for it.
Jordan Howard, and Boston Scott are both running the ball very well. Jalen Hurts is not running the ball 80% of the time anymore, which is awesome to watch. Devontae Smith, I mean, he's improving every week for his rookie season. I don't. Saints defense does scare me for this game because they have points in time where they are like the best defense, and then they have points in time where they can be one of the worst defenses. So I don't know which way this game's going to take it, but I'm going to take the Eagles at home.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know now you're making the wrong pick. That's okay though. That's good for me. Another game. This week is either going to go horribly wrong for me or it's going to be glory. It's going to be amazing. You're on the Eagles. I'm on the Saints. Next up, Texans Titans. Not much to talk about here. I think the Titans should roll. They're the hottest team right now in the league. Best team in the AFC. Mike Vrabel has this. They're so sound. I think even without Derrick Henry, they play such efficient ball. Give me the Titans.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about here. I mean,
Yeah.
they find ways to win ball games. Vrabel is a beast. Give me the
He could
Titans
still
as
play.
well.
He could still play. He could definitely still play. Um, we'll go Washington Panthers and then we'll do Packers Vikings. Washington Panthers. You're going to be at this game, so obviously you can't make a pick. No, that's what they say on game day with Herb Street, though. It's funny. Um, do you get what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Okay, I thought that'd be funny. It's not. I get it. Washington, Carolina, though. Washington is coming off a great win against Tampa Bay. Carolina is what happened to Carolina last week?
he
Oh,
destroyed.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, my moth. Cam Newton came in and just a bolt of electricity went through the locker room, and they went nuts against the Arizona Cardinals. And he's in line to start this week. This is going to be, this is, I mean, it's a matchup. It's the Ron Rivera game. It's a Taylor Heineke game. Taylor Heineke was in Carolina for a stint. This is an interesting game. It really is. No Chase Young for Washington. I'm going to pick Carolina here. This is kind of the story of Washington's season. I mean, they've had some good performances, but they just, like, if you beat Tampa Bay, but then you can't beat Denver, it's just, they have these pedestrian performances. I love Taylor Heineke. I think he's a baller. I think he's a gamer. But I think Carolina, there's just something different about this squad now with Cam there. Regardless of if he's not the MVP, but he's still, everyone loves him and they play like it. So give me Carolina.
Yeah, give me the 7th seed in the NFC right now.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean,
how awkward is that? Like, that just doesn't make much sense. Because the Panthers, they started out so hot, and then they went so cold, and then Sam Darnold went out, and they brought in Cam Newton last week. Oh my God, that was an electric factory! And now I'm gonna get to see it in person. I'm so hyped for this game. Give me the Panthers. They win by 100.
yeah. Football is a fickle thing, right? What does fickle mean? I don't know. I just hear people say it. Whatever, it sounds right. It's going to be a good game. I think it'll be. I'm sure it'll be some good memories there. I'm sure Ron and Cam will hug it out beforehand, and it'll be fun. But we're both on Carolina. We'll do Packers Vikings. I'll take the reins here. So no, I'm kidding. Do you want to talk, or do you want me to talk? Okay,
I think Aaron Rodgers just owns the division. It's basically what it comes down to, unless you're playing the Lions, which you'll lose in Detroit this year, but that's beside me. Sorry. So the Lions will get one win. They'll get one win at home. So they'll go 1-15-1. So that just negates my 0-16 talk right there for you. But I'm gonna take the Packers over the Vikings. I think they're better offense with AJ Dillon in sometimes than Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones does create a massive spark for them, but I don't know. The defense is playing on a high level. I don't see a way that the Vikings actually try and pull this one out.
So Aaron Rodgers' record. Actually, the Vikings are the best team in the division against Aaron Rodgers. They play him the toughest out of the other three teams. Mike Zimmer he gives, like, in his interviews and stuff, or his press conferences, like there's a lot of respect between him and Aaron. Like, Aaron has complimented him for years, even when Zimmer was in Cincinnati as the defensive coordinator. Like, they've had a lot of respect for each other, and they exchange a lot of witty banter during the weeks they play each other. There's a lot of, this is not as a Packers fan, I do not like the Minnesota Vikings. I think Anthony Barr, again, a couple years ago, had a dirty shot. Aaron Rodgers drove him into the turf, broke his collarbone. So there's not a whole lot of niceness between these two teams. I will say Aaron Jones is 6th in the NFL in scrimmage yards. So he is used a lot. However, they're going to have to find different ways to find that production. A.J. Dillon's a stud. He had 66 rushing yards on 21 carries, 2 touchdowns. Aaron said in his weekly press conference today, Patrick Taylor, their 3rd-string running back, he can carry some of the load too. He's an intriguing player they have. I haven't seen much of him, obviously, because there's Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. You don't see much of him, but I'm excited to see what he can do. Minnesota's been in a lot of close games. You can make the case they could be 7-2 or whatever. They could be, or they could have a very good record right now. A couple overtime games, a lot of games they should have won and they didn't. This is going to be a close game, I think, and this is the first time in 2 years Minnesota's had fans against Green Bay. The Packers have only won in Minnesota at TCF Bank Stadium, right? Is that the stadium? US Bank, sorry. TCF, I think, might be the University of Minnesota Stadium. I don't know. I can't think of it. But US Bank Stadium with fans, the Packers have only won there one time. And it was 2 years ago, a couple nights before Christmas. It was a Monday night game. So they do not have a lot of success in Minnesota with fans since the stadium opened. Um, with that said, I think the Packers are the better team. I think they're better coached. I think the defense is playing out of their mind. They have a lot of great players. Rashawn Gary, fun fact, I believe is the only player, or maybe one of two players, to be top 5 in both QB hits and pressures. Um, they have a lot of great players. They don't necessarily have maybe one all-pro player or a couple all-pro players. They just have a lot of guys who are doing their job, and that's what's great. And their two best players, Darius Smith, Jair Alexander, haven't played in a while, and they're not even there now. So hopefully they get those guys back pretty soon here. We'll see if Bakhtiari goes. I'm hoping he does. Again, we've been waiting since January or since
I
New
don't think
Year's.
he will.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. That's negative. No,
Jay
but
said on Pat's show today.
wait, who said that?
Jay Glazer.
Ah, Glazer, come on. No, I get it. They're always cautious with this. Wouldn't surprise me. I they might wait until the bye week to play after the bye week. They have that in 2 weeks. They have Minnesota this week. Then they have the Rams next week. That's a big game to pay attention to because LaFleur, they've been known when he's been the head coach, they've been known to kind of hold guys back. Aaron Jones, it wouldn't surprise me if especially if the Packers win this week, they might sit Aaron Jones out through the bye week as well. So they're going to be cautious here. This is a big game because the Vikings are 3.5 back with 7 to play, I think. This is, I want to call it a swing game because I actually think the division is wrapped up. I think the Packers are too good. I think it's already over. But if they can win this game, they'll play them again later on. They could get back into things. If the Packers win this, I think the division is certainly all but wrapped up. So this is a big division game. Good rivalry, and I'm excited to watch it happen. But I'm on the Packers. You're on the Packers. That'll be good. Moving on. Bengals Raiders, the Carson Palmer matchup. I guess he played for the Cardinals too, but Bengals Raiders. This is actually one heck of a game. Raiders were an elite team. Now they're not really. They started off good and now they're not. I mean, they're in that stage where we talk about them where they're, they got to turn it on and they just don't. They kind of just fizzle out. Cincinnati was the best team or record-wise was the best team in the AFC. Now they're at 5-4. This is a swing game, I think, for the rest of the season for these two teams. Who are you picking? You tell me first, and then I'll piggyback off that.
Strategy. I'm going with the Bengals here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I think Jamar Chase, Joey Burrow, the defense got a week to get healthy. Coming off that bye week, I think that was a beneficial week for them with how much they were up and then they started going down. I think it's a beneficial week for them just to recoup, regain composure, and just be like, all right, screw it. Let's go out and play ball now.
So I could pick your team and I could say, okay, I'm sitting pretty. I'm going to get a couple games up. It's like Deal or No Deal. You ever watch Deal or No Deal with Howie Mandel? That's a great show. Do you sit here and take your money, or do you play for more? Do you try to go for more? Give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders. I think they're going to rise up here. I really do. If they have another season where they end up 9-8 or 8-9, whatever, they miss the playoffs because after a hot start, there's going to be a lot of changes. I think a lot of changes. Obviously, they're going to get a new coach, but a lot of changes maybe with the personnel too. This is a big swing game. I think the Raiders are going to rise up here. I think Derek Carr is going to make some plays. I look for Darren Waller to go off. I have been fantasy. I'm waiting for him. I look forward to seeing him go off. I really do. Give me the Raiders. I'll get another game up on you. That'll be good. Always an intriguing matchup. The next game, Cardinals Seahawks. It's a good NFC West matchup. This is a must-win for Seattle. It's a must-win. I think pretty much every game here is a must-win for them on out. Okay, what's the word on Kyler and DeAndre?
I don't think Kyler's going to play. DeAndre is questionable.
We saw what Carolina did to Arizona when Kyler did not play, and DeAndre Hopkins. Look, I'm going to use my Jordy Nelson comparison here. When Aaron Rodgers wasn't in, Jordy Nelson was not that great. Hopkins might be great with Colt. He won't be as great, without Kyler though. Give me the Seahawks to muster. I think Russell Wilson. This is a game. It's a game I think last week it's his first game back. You're going to Lambeau Field, a game where you are, or a field where you're 0-5 at. I think the Seattle Seahawks are going to go. It's not going to be a blowout like Carolina did. I think Seattle's going to handle them. I don't know about Chris Carson yet when he'll be back. But I think DK Metcalf, especially after last week, the Packers got in his head and he was, ejected. He's got to take over here. I think Tyler Lockett's got to be big time again, like he's always been. I think Russell Wilson's going to have a great game. Give me the Seahawks. I think they control the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to say that they control them. They handle them. Whatever. Give me Seattle.
I would agree with that. I think that Seattle is going to win this game. I think Seattle wins this game. With one game back under his belt, Russell more than likely get back to a little bit more of Russell ways than what he showed against the Packers. DK is going to come out and he's going to want to ball out. The 12th man on their side, I mean, that's huge, especially if Colt McCoy is starting.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I'm a pretty good picker. I can see why you're picking my team. This is the game. Okay, whatever. Game of the week here, quite possibly Cowboys Chiefs. I mean, this is a it's a big time game here. It's a measuring stick game for the Dallas Cowboys. We all think they're different than they've been in years past. Obviously, they have the talent. Now they're going up against I think this will be their toughest game of the year. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to roll. I really do. I mean, it might be a shootout, but I think the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're back. They're at home. I love to see Trayvon Diggs against Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he has it. He has 8 picks this season. Great. He's not going up against Mike Glennon. He's going up against Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs are back. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs in a shootout. I think the Chiefs pull away though. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be able to go toe to toe with them for 60 minutes. I think they might go toe to toe with them for, maybe 40. But in the end, they're just going to be too much. And I think Dallas is kind of going to be Dallas again. I think Dallas is a divisional round team. Maybe they get to the championship game.
You hate Dallas. Just say
I don't hate Dallas. I think they're the same team. I mean, no, not the same team. I think if they run into Brady or Rodgers in the postseason, I think they're going to lose. I think if they run, heck, I know the Rams got housed. I think the Rams are more balanced than they are. And this is a team that fell asleep at home against Denver, and they got crushed. What if they fall asleep against a great quarterback or a great mind like Sean McVay? I'm just saying. I love Mike McCarthy, Packer Hall of Famer. I love him. I just don't believe in this team. They always have great talent, but in the end, they fizzle out. I mean, do you think they're going to the Super Bowl?
They could. They very easily could.
That's not an answer though. That's like, I don't know. It's like that's like me asking you, what are you gonna have for lunch? And you're like, oh, I might have some ham. No, I could have some ham, maybe some turkey. It could happen. What are you going to have the ham? Are you going to pick the Dallas Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl?
It's too early to tell who's going to the Super Bowl.
Okay, fine. Make your pick.
Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. And for this reason, and this reason alone, the defenses. The Cowboys can score on the Chiefs' defense pretty easily with having the most yards per play this season.
That is a good point.
And the Chiefs' defense is horrendous.
Yeah.
Even though the Chiefs' offense can try and make up for a lot of it, the Cowboys' defense is very, very good. And a lot of people don't realize that. What Dan Quinn has done with this defense is something that I don't think either of us expected to be done. But he's making it happen.
I thought
So
he'd be an upgrade. I thought he'd be an upgrade, but
he'd
no, I
be
know
an
what you're saying.
upgrade, but there's only so much of an upgrade with only adding technically one person in Micah Parsons, who's
Mhm.
probably the defensive player of the year as of right now, or defensive rookie of the year
Yeah,
as of right now.
it's better.
So give me the Cowboys.
I will say too. So Mike Nolan was the defensive coordinator last year for the Cowboys. The reason he was the defensive coordinator was he and Mike McCarthy have a connection going back to San Francisco. When Mike Nolan was the head coach when they drafted Alex Smith, Mike McCarthy was the offensive coordinator. So they've been friends. That's why Mike Nolan was the defensive coordinator. They had to make the change. Dan Quinn, big time defensive coach in Seattle, and you saw what he did. Atlanta had a great defense going, when they went to the Super Bowl. So he was definitely an upgrade, and I respect the job that he's done. And we'll see what they do against these teams, especially as they move towards the postseason. I'm excited for this game. If the Cowboys can win this game, because it seems like the Chiefs are back, maybe I will change my perspective and say, hey, maybe this team can go all the way. I haven't seen it happen yet. They're 7-2, great. They went 13-3 in 2016, and then Aaron Rodgers walked, and we know what happened. So
That was Brian's
yeah.
catch.
Okay. Moving on. So next up. Okay, fine. I will answer that. By rule, we've talked about this. By the rule back in 2014,
We talked about this.
the ball, he did not, he was going to the ground. He was going to the ground. But yeah, we'll talk about that later on. Steelers Chargers, Sunday Night Football. This seems like you see in the NFL, you notice like a pattern. Like these two teams have been playing together or against each other for a couple of years straight now. I remember actually, I think a couple of years ago, Phillip Rivers walked into Pittsburgh. They were down like 3 or 4 scores in the second half, and Phillip Rivers brought them all the way back. And then last year, I think the Steelers came in and was the last year, maybe it was 2 years ago. I can't remember. They've been playing together out of the division for the last few years. Could be a very good game. Is Big Ben back?
Don't know.
Okay, so with that said, I'm going to pick the Chargers. I think they're desperate for a win. They're starting to fizzle out a little bit. A little nervous, about them. I think they have a ton of talent. I think Brandon Staley is a hell of a coach. I think the Chargers. I think the Chargers are the better team. That's how I feel about the Chargers. I think Herbert's, again, he's my favorite player outside of Aaron Rodgers, like my favorite quarterback outside of Aaron Rodgers. I think he's a beast. It's a big game. This is a game that could propel them towards the postseason too. So give me the Chargers.
Taking the Chargers as well.
Okay, dang it.
With quite possibly no Minka. I think Ben will probably play, but no TJ Watt.
That's big. He's the best defense. He's the best edge rusher in the game.
Yeah. Give me the Chargers. They have to win this game. I think they know it. They're at home, which is a huge thing. Give me the Chargers.
The way I look at that is like playing in LA. It's like if you're not playing, okay, Staples Center. Actually, excuse me, Crypto.com. You hear about that? They're changing the name of the Staples Center to that is. It's not as bad, but it's pretty close to the Brewers changing Miller Park into what is American Family Insurance Field.
American Family
Insurance. Give me a bucket. Let me throw up. But playing in LA at home, it's like, okay, outside of Dodger Stadium and the Staples Center, it's, it's not really a home field thing. Like I remember the Packers went to play the Rams a couple of years ago. Like probably more than half the stadium was Packer fans. The Cowboys came to play the Chargers earlier in the year. It was more than half Cowboys fans. I do think though, the way I look at it is, you're not going to Pittsburgh, and that's a plus. You don't have to play in Pittsburgh. So we're both in the Chargers. Monday night game. This is kind of a snoozer. I'm more looking forward to just the Peyton. I'm waiting for Peyton. It's Peyton and Eli. That's what I'm going to tune in for. I'm hoping to get Aaron Rodgers. I hope he gets on the. I'd like to see him on the Peyton and Manning telecast.
I would love to see that. You know why I would love to see that more than anything else?
Why?
Because there is a Manning cast curse.
That's right. There is. I forgot about that. Hasn't every player who's been on, they've lost the following week.
Yep.
Sheesh.
I would love. Don't get me
They
wrong.
play
I
the
would love
Rams.
to see Aaron. I would love to see Aaron talk with Eli and Peyton. But then the week after, I would love to see that result with them playing the Rams.
You know what they say about streaks?
They're meant to stay.
They're meant to be broken. Okay. But I would like to see that. We saw Brett Favre on when Rodgers, when they played the Lions on Monday night earlier. They saw Pat Mac. That was cool. Like to see Aaron on here. Like to see him trash talk Tom as he's playing. We're both in the Bucks. I mean, you can't. How can you go? I mean, yes, they've been struggling. They've lost their last 2 games, right? They've lost Saints, and now they had a bye, and they lost to Washington. These 2 teams played last year on Monday night in New York, and it was actually a pretty close game, if I recall. Giants had a chance to get a 2-point conversion. There was a questionable. Was it a PI? Was it not? Buccaneers ended up winning by 2 and kind of sneaking out. Maybe that happens again here. I don't know. Saquon, I believe, is supposed to be back, if I'm not mistaken. Giants they're like the Saints, but they're bad in the sense that they can beat good teams, or they can be close, but they've also lost 6 games. So I'm going to pick Tampa just because the Giants stink. I'm not picking Tampa because Tampa's great. I'm picking Tampa because the Giants suck.
I'm full on board with that. There's not much more to say about it.
Yeah, fantastic analysis there. So
There's not much.
I
There's not
know
much past.
that's basically
The Giants just are not good. The Giants just are not good. If you want my full analysis, here's
no,
what I got.
I don't.
Tom Brady is better
it's a
than
waste
Daniel
of time.
Jones.
It's a waste of life. It's a waste of time. I don't care. I have stuff to do. I'm a very busy person. So I'm not really that busy, but that's kind of what we say about the Jaguars games, Texans, like bad teams. That's the response we give. Like we don't really have to elaborate on it. So basically, to close out, how many games are we picking different? So Colts, Bills, Dolphins, Jets,
6.
Ravens, Bears, Bengals, Raiders,
Eagles,
Saints, Cowboys, Chiefs. Okay, all right. So a lot of opportunity here. This is either going to go really horribly or just beautifully. So I'm excited for it. It's going to be great. I got nothing else to say. What are you doing tonight?
I don't know. Trying to figure out what I want for dinner. I'm trying to figure out what I want for dinner. Do I go to Chick-fil-A? Do I go to a sushi place? Do I go?
Ooh, that is a good. Do you have a designated takeout night for the week, or do you? It's just how you're feeling.
I take out more than I should.
Okay. Yeah, I'd recommend Chick-fil-A. Sushi's not bad, man. And I don't go to, I don't need soyaki sauce or whatever the sauce is. Just give me some regular California rolls. I don't need to go above and beyond with sushi. I just give me regular sushi. I don't even know what kind. I just go for normal sushi. I don't need all the fuss. Just give me normal sushi. That's how much I know about it. But I would say Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A rocks. In regards to me, thanks for asking. I'm having salmon tonight. It's salmon is tough because by the way, check out Cooking Thoughts. Go on Instagram, Cooking Thoughts. It's my great channel. Basically, I cook food, but I don't really talk about the food. I talk about random thoughts that I have, random curiosities I have. It's actually quite funny in my opinion. But salmon to me is it's just kind of lifeless. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about salmon. It's like, if I'm gonna have fish, just give me cod or give me lobster or clams. I know that's not exactly fish, but it's in that area, it tastes better than salmon. But if you want to make salmon better, put it on a bagel, cream cheese, avocado. That's my Guy Fieri, Gordon Ramsay, Bobby Flay take for the day. Just put some salmon on bagel. It's pretty good. Yeah, pretty much it for me. I kind of rambled on there for a second. But yeah, I'm gonna go live my life. How about you?
Same here. You gonna go up to Green Bay anytime soon?
There's rumors circulating throughout the galaxy. I might be headed up there on Christmas Day. Browns Packers. There's rumors. I don't know if it's true or not. This is coming from Schefter, so you never know if it's real or not. Yeah. But it's could be a big opportunity here. It could be a big time win. It's a great way to celebrate the holiday. Happy holidays, truly. So that could be happening. But again, I'm one of those people. I'm fine sitting on my couch. I really am. I mean, you might get distracted by people yelling up, obscenities right? It's obscenities. That's the word, right?
Yeah.
Or throwing food at people, stuff like that. I enjoy sitting on my couch watching a game. I know maybe people who are in the skybox might have a better view. But hey, I like to hear commentary from Wayne Larrivee and Larry McCarron, John Kuhn, Packers radio guys. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about that. I mean, would you say you'd rather watch a game in the living room or actually at the stadium? I mean, I know the atmosphere is great, but isn't it easier to watch it at home?
It's a lot cheaper to watch it at home.
Touche. Yes, it is.
I mean, that's the one upside, but
mhm.
Hey, if I have the chance to go to a ball game, I'm going to the ball game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that sentiment. Don't really get that chance very often, unless you're a billionaire. You can go whenever you want, but it'll be a while before any of us have that kind of money. Let's pool our money. Hey, do you want to actually buy a share of Packers stock with me? We can be part-time owners of the Packers. They're selling stock. You want to do it?
No.
Okay, on that note, I'll see you later. I'm gonna go live my life. Seinfeld.
Sounds good. I'll do
whatever.
the same.
We'll talk to you. Yeah. All right.
I'm tickled pink, the thing